onto their face, and then when they're done cussing, it goes just vacuums back in. I was like, that's kind of funny.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us. Reverend and the Reprobate podcast. Reverend and the Reprobate podcast, I should say.
When are we going to start?
Let's start that over. No, you jerk. I was trying.
So good.
I know. I was trying to start it so that you were explaining something and we could start the show mid-explanation, and then I bungled it.
Bungled?
Botched beginning.
I don't think it was bungled. I enjoyed that.
Well, I am Dan Gibson. My sidekick, as always, is Lucas Pinkard.
Danley used to play guitar for me.
And then this guy.
And then guest hosting Kyle Rogers.
Yeah.
Second week in a row.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah, that medicine's working, huh?
Are we just gonna start this way? I think we should. So Kyle has had a recent issue that we've been discussing primarily off air, which is that.
But it creeps in every once in a while.
It does.
At least
we're
one time.
going to we're gonna try to address this as appropriately as possible, which I don't know how that can happen. But
you can do the Reverend way. That's in your title.
Yeah, it is. So we're gonna bless this real quick. So when COVID-19 hit, we as a church became a little bit more like a production company. I think a lot of churches were forced to do that. A lot of businesses were forced to do that just in general, especially those
Most churches turn into production companies.
Right. And so we got to expand a little bit on some of the things that we were doing, which was awesome. But we also...
You don't see the inverse very often.
Where people unexpand?
A production company becomes a church.
Yeah, you
Definitely
don't.
not.
Yeah.
You don't. There are a couple churches that are like really heavily based, and I'm looking at this camera's got a square on it, and I thought that it was behind me, and so I was like, what is hanging on the wall? Nothing. It's just a square on the camera. I just want everybody to know that. So
this is off to a great start.
Yeah, you're welcome, viewers. So we were faced with this challenge, and we were just blessed with a great group of people to help us create a space where we can make that happen.
You're welcome.
Where this is, thank you,
Danny.
As
I come in and demand more.
Danny's like, hey, this is great, but if some people could give to the caulking around the corners, that'd be really stellar.
Yeah.
No, we got into the same trap that everybody else did, is that we had this like supply of paper goods, and since there was only like 4 or 5 of us that were at the church that were rolling through, that we felt like we had enough to serve the population that was here working, and we found out.
And by paper goods,
I would be speaking of
toilet
paper, paper towels, napkins.
Which actually, okay, I didn't pick this up, but actually at the beginning of COVID, everyone was freaking out about paper goods. So I get where you're going.
Yeah, so we thought, hey, you know what? We're stockpiled enough because we had felt like, and they were like 14 days to flatten the curve.
Yeah.
Just give us 14 days.
2
We're
weeks.
like, no, we'll give you 2 weeks.
Trump was like, Dr. Fauci says 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we're gonna give it to him. He's a smart man. I've never said anything against him.
And now he's like,
he's an idiot.
If we would have listened to Dr. Fauci, half a million people would have died.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my goodness. So anyway,
what if I fired him? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Continuing.
Be a great joke. Here's a joke, America.
Dr. Fauci is fired.
It's the worst joke ever. I did find to chase a rabbit real quickly. I found this guy on Instagram. I actually saw him on Not the Bee, and he is talking about Weird Al. And his Trump impression is spot on.
Yeah. Weird
but
Al
he's like, no. This guy. He's talking about Weird Al. He's like, I don't know if you heard about this guy, Weird Al. What a great musician. Takes other people's stuff, turns it into his own thing. It's wonderful. He was not too kind to Coolio, though. Did not do good stuff to Coolio. Coolio thinks he's very mean.
Al was very mean to Coolio. Not very nice. Coolio was very upset with Mr. Weird Al. He didn't ask for the rights. He just went and did Amish paradise, and he just didn't even ask for the rights. He didn't even ask for when he did Gangster's Paradise. He had such a big hit with Gangster's Paradise.
And so he goes off on that, and then he has another one on Scooby-Doo,
so
and he's like,
awesome.
Scooby-Doo, more like Scooby didn't. It's Scooby doesn't do anything. You know, the show should be called Velma. I was like, okay, it's pretty good. But his impression's spot on. And so what we've discovered was that after, week 6, we did not have everything that we needed as far as paper goods went, and so we were
definitely
scrambling.
not up to standards.
No, so we've been scrambling, and like one of the things that I really value in a place where I go frequently is creature comforts, and I think one of the ways that you show people that you care about them is with little things. For instance, nice toilet paper, good coffee.
Everybody has to use this.
Right.
You should.
I'm. And so I'm big on those things because like those are the things that, for instance, if you were a mom coming in, right, and you got to change your kid, right, and you didn't have all the supplies you need, you run out of something.
And so
does the church have baby wipes?
Yeah,
do they have a
wipes,
changing
exactly.
table so that you can do those kind of things? And are they things that are going to be good for your kid, bad for your kid, that kind of stuff? So we think about those things because we want not just our members but visitors to come in and to feel welcome and to have kind of a homey feel. Like
hospitality.
Look, they're
Yes.
taking good care of us. The coffee is good. It's not just like bitter.
I would say you guys have the best coffee.
Teeth. Well, that's thanks
I've
to
had plenty of coffee at different churches. And
yeah, we've got pretty good coffee.
We've got top notch.
But it's for me it's the little things, right?
Sure.
Like what are the little things that you do? And so toilet paper has always been a big one for us. But we've had to scrimp,
right,
because we had this moment where you can't get anything, and then the stuff where we could get was really bad. And so what we did is we were able to get new nice toilet paper again, but we still had all these old rolls.
Yeah, you don't want to be wasteful.
And so we put them strategically like at the top so that we could get rid of them in the bathroom that gets least used, or really the bathroom that gets most used by children,
right?
So that it's easy to like flush and declog and all that, because that's
don't
what's going to
know.
happen.
They don't know.
It just so happened that one week as we were preparing for the show, Kyle used that particular bathroom.
I don't know if
Yeah, and we
I was not happy.
We discovered that the toilet paper back there was of the substandard version.
Yeah, the stuff that you can sandpaper a bookshelf with. Like,
right.
I'm not.
You could sandpaper a bookshelf. That's this toilet paper was special. A lot of people responded well during the pandemic. I mean, you had liquor companies
You
that
can see
were
through it.
Yeah, well, you had liquor companies that were making hand sanitizer. You had these
gotta do what
cloth
you gotta do,
companies
man.
that were making masks.
And you had
we just
Ace
didn't
Hardware
know.
that's making toilet paper.
I was going to say Scotch Brite started making toilet paper, and
we were
there
going
we
the
go.
same direction.
Yeah, and they're
You know what you
That's what
could.
Kyle
You
ended
know
up
what,
with.
you know what we could do.
Well, we're going to show them.
Here's the problem.
I'm going to show.
That's how easy it is.
Yeah. I think
do we have a good angle?
I mean,
actually, we had a good angle on
Well,
yours.
we've got Kyle right
Yeah.
here.
Anyways.
So I think no, Kyle, please pick that back up. Kyle showed us last week a couple of really stellar life
we go.
hacks
Yeah.
when you're faced with subpar toilet paper, and I would just love if you would share that.
Well, see, that's how dangerous this is.
Okay, so as Kyle is demonstrating, I'm going to for our audio only audience, I'm going to tell you. So Kyle is unraveling here. We've got about 24 sheets of the individual.
And if you notice,
sheets.
you're not actually saving money. Now, so I understand you
and
were
he's done
operating.
it, and he's holding it like it's a ribbon.
Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
I understand. Like, this is, you guys had to do this out of necessity because there was nothing else, and I can respect that. That's okay. I get it.
I appreciate your respect.
But the thing is, there are other people though who choose. There are other people who choose this, because they believe that it's monetarily more responsible.
Correct.
Can we all agree that this is how much one?
Yeah.
Like,
So
that's how much.
That is how many sheets is that? I'm guessing it's in the 20s at least. So we typically go with.
And are you going to roll that or fold it
with the Mega Strong? Well, I think there's several ways to do it. I'm curious as to.
It's 19 or 20.
Okay, there we go. So we're right around 20.
I am a folder.
You're a folder?
I'm going to well, we're going to fold. At least
I fold one.
The first go around.
So Kyle is taking
one sheet at a time.
The 20 the 20 mini sheet
ish. Yeah.
toilet paper ribbon, and he's folding it on itself now in half and in half again.
Yeah. And
now this is in half and in half again. Landscape, not portrait.
No,
and this is a great.
So now you just take 3 fingers.
Yeah, he's holding 3 fingers up, and he's wrapping the paper around the 3 fingers.
And now you have a nice.
It's difficult to poke through.
No, you can't. And so now you.
And this is a great analogy for what we're doing with our careers too.
I think
just continuing to like fold our careers over and over and over again, and hoping that they turn into something.
And then we're gonna take it and put it in the toilet and flush it.
Flush it. So that's how you do.
That's definitely what you guys are making happen to my career by this podcast.
1-ply toilet paper, though. There you have it.
Congratulations.
Well, there you go.
So how many
life hacks from Kyle? Much better than Benjamin's life hack, where he told us about television organization that didn't exist, and then on top of that, told us to 14 football games, 14 emails, when a football season has 16 games.
No.
So
hey, it convinced me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to that crap.
Showing your ignorance, Benjamin. What do you know?
Love you, buddy.
Oh man.
But
hey, text me back.
So how many extra toilet paper rolls do you have now? Of that type?
Extra.
I don't know. I haven't gone and counted, but what I did do is take them and put them like they're all front of the line now. So right now, if you were to come as part of the COVID services that we're having, you're not going to get the good rolls. And
you
if
get
any
it swapped out on Sunday or Saturday night, you can swap it out with the Charmin.
Yeah. With the Charmin Extra Strongs. And I think what we're actually going to do...
Vitamin E.
I don't need that, though. That's... No.
So they should make it come with now that I'm in my mid 30s. I think that instead of doing aloe, that they should just do witch hazel on it. That'd be way more
witch hazel or
that'd be way more practical for me.
Just cream, whatever it's called, the
aloe
Prep H.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's what
just put it directly on the toilet paper.
Straight up hemorrhoid cream right on there.
Yep.
Well, I was going to suggest
geriatric toilet paper for 30 plus.
If you end up having an overage in toilet paper, I know a couple guys that can burn a toilet paper effigy for you.
Yeah, no doubt.
To scare off COVID.
Is the statute of limitations up on that?
I don't know.
Yeah. You ready for Majin to
Probably
hear that story?
Technically. But yeah, she's been listening to all of my podcasts.
I'm not even certain what we're talking about.
Oh, are you going to share?
Not right now.
Okay, we'll pause that. No, we'll pause that.
Meow, 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 meow,
Yeah.
meow, meow, meow.
I'm not right now. I'm not saying that I won't.
Hold on. How old are you?
35.
Gramps.
It's time.
It probably is.
It's time.
I need some backup.
I mean,
I need.
Do I count as backup?
No. So you totally count as backup.
Okay,
What I'm saying is, I need someone else who was a part of it.
Well,
cool.
Give us some names.
JR.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We don't have.
I don't want to hear this.
At different points, you.
But I wasn't a part of the toilet
Eric,
paper. I wasn't part of the toilet paper thing. I have no idea what you're talking about.
My brother. I'm naming all of the accomplices.
No,
now.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
This next Majin, if you really do need to know about it, ask Eric, JR, Danley's brother. Apparently
or
not Kyle.
Benjamin.
Well, no, I mean, I was there for
you shouldn't have said Benjamin. Because of all of those people, everybody could have kept it together. Benjamin will crack.
Yeah.
Well, also,
even though he's in his 30s, if he thinks that he's going to get in trouble with Ragin' Majin, he's just going to be like, no, Mrs. Gibson, I'm sorry. We lit it all. No, it'll be great.
We need to just go over to his house and take care of that again.
We could.
I'm afraid his wife might beat us up. Although I don't know. I wasn't invited to the wedding.
When he was here and he wants to come back, when he was here, we had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, and we just like typical. Like I would create a run sheet, a general idea of what to cover.
I noticed we don't have one of those today.
No.
What's
Not
the point?
No, I decided that wasn't important anymore.
When Danley arrived, he was much more interested in telling me what was wrong with the room than he was about making sure that we had like a schedule to go down.
I was like, hey, that looks good. We need to make that better.
Spend more money here.
And where's the coffee?
Yeah.
That's great.
That's actually right.
Yeah. But
did you guys hear about...
Nope.
There was a news article, and I'm not about... and this is like word for word, no names or anything like that. A prominent North Carolina pastor urinated on a person in an airplane.
What?
I'm going to preface this with the FBI is involved and they will not release names. He's been arrested.
A prominent pastor.
It's very interesting.
Went TT on somebody.
And the thing is Google,
that's poking fun of it a little bit, but it is kind of funny.
But and so the thing I just again it leaves your mind to go, okay, there's really one person, I'm not even going to say names, but there's only one person that's like a prominent in that area. But then at the same time, ultimately,
if it's not him, that would suck.
Ultimately, though, what also what ended up happening?
Everyone assumes it's him because they won't release a name.
What ended up happening, of course, is apparently there was he was actually medicated, and legitimately medicated, and was sleepwalking.
That sucks.
And
not a whole lot you can do about that. If that's the truth.
Doctors type
fair.
of things. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think? What could you possibly do or think about that?
I mean, really, if it's sleepwalking, there are worse things that can happen when you sleepwalk. There's a Mike Birbiglia, I think is his name, is the comedian. He talks about often in his act that he's a sleepwalker.
Right.
That there's one day he woke up, and I'll fast forward. It was a crazy story, but he woke up having jumped out of a window of a hotel. So he only stays on the first floor. It's in his rider.
Well, yeah.
It was his second story. I think he
just
busted
hurt
the window
a lot.
out. And yeah.
It just hurt a lot.
But it's like something he's had his whole life. And so his rider says, I have to be in a hotel. I have to stay on the first floor. Yeah. And people think he's crazy because he'll be like, I'm not going to play your show.
Of all the crazy things you can have in a rider, first floor of an hotel is not that big of a ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that not nuts?
Yeah, he could have said there was something on the window on the wing and gone and opened the door.
But I mean,
like Captain Kirk.
No doubt. He was like That's arrested true. Though when they landed, like arrested, etc. He hasn't been formally charged, which is why they can't release his name apparently.
Sure.
So it's just interesting. It's strange. I was asking Chris, I was like, what would you even do? What could you do?
So this is odd to me.
Nuts?
But I get this, that they haven't arrested, or they've arrested him, but he hasn't been formally charged. He hasn't been arraigned, so they can't release his name.
Sure.
Meanwhile, we have all of these other cases where there's 15 seconds of video, and they're like, no, it's this person. Yeah. We need to dox them right now. They need to be arrested. These are the charges that need to be levied against them, and then nothing gets to happen.
Well, yeah.
Also, in other news, 50 Cent has just, within the last 4 hours, endorsed Donald Trump after Kamala Harris handed him their tax plan. And he tweets out, yeah, I don't want to be 20 Cent.
Awesome.
That is ridiculous.
I'm endorsing President Trump.
I had heard that about 50 Cent though, that he's hilarious.
He is funny.
Yeah, he's brutal and he's really funny.
Unscrupulous. Just will tell the truth about he's not shy.
Yeah. In other news, the Babylon Bee has been censored once again. Twitter took down their stuff a couple of months ago, and today the prominent social media dominion of Facebook
overlords.
Yeah, they took down a Babylon Bee article that says Senator Harino demands that
that was
ACB be weighed against a duck to see if she's a witch.
My gosh.
And they said that it violated community standards. Seth Dillon is having he's
Monty Python
crazy.
Reference.
Yep.
They didn't get it.
They
didn't get it.
They demonetized the Babylon Bee on Facebook.
Huh.
Yeah. As a punishment, basically?
Yeah.
Just spanked them?
Yeah. Yep. Which is a way that they receive a large portion of their stuff.
Cross the liberal line, can you? And still survive, at least in that
well, and they
arena.
just got I don't know that Facebook hasn't yet, but Google has been formally charged.
Yeah, no,
I did see that with the antitrust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Facebook is
they're close
apparently
behind.
on the list as next.
Behind.
Yeah, which might change the way that even we're doing things. Because if they break up Google, the preliminary discussions
then we can
from
step in as a competitor.
Yep. Yeah, no, the
we'll go from a church to a production company
to a search engine.
To a search engine.
Yeah. So what I've seen is that they're going to be breaking them up along the corporate lines that are within it. So YouTube will now become its own independent thing again.
What a concept. That's how it began.
Right. The Google Play Store will now be detached from Google itself.
The Play Store? That sounds awkward.
Yeah, it does. And then
I'll know where to go if I want to get some Legos.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the other Google Podcasts and Google Music that might end up there. And for us and for a lot of other podcasters, that could mean a tremendous shift in the way that we do things.
Yep.
Because our audience and our algorithms will then change on how we're searchable and all that kind of stuff. So that could have a lot of implications on us because it's Google, it's Facebook, and then it's the fruit folks. It's Apple that is not far after them.
Well, hey, as far as I'm concerned, and I will say that this opinion does not reflect the opinion of the host church or any of my family.
Please,
or
Danley Gibson Esquire. Why don't you?
But I think the Babylon Bee is fantastic, and you guys should keep chugging along.
Yeah. And
keep
I
pushing.
will. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and plug
keep
this.
Pushing. If you get freaking banned for making a Monty Python reference, and by the way, a very astute reference.
Yeah, clever one for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
No.
Like
It was
keep
a
doing
joke.
what
All it's going to do is it's going to mean that the Babylon Bee gets more subscribers, which is what I'm about to say. Like, go look at Babylon Bee, look at Discern, look at Not the Bee, all of
Go
those
look
things.
at the article they got banned on, which was
but
hilarious.
There are different levels where you can buy in. And you can support them with as little as $5 a month. There's a $10 thing. It gets you behind the paywall for all their podcasts. The extra stuff that they've got on there is great. And at $20, you get a signed copy of their book, How to Be a Perfect Christian. That's signed by Cowman, their guy. So there's tons of different ways and tons of different plans, ways you can support those guys. They've been nothing but cool to us in the exchanges that I've had with them. And just to tease ahead, we are talking about maybe having one or two of those guys to come onto the podcast for an interview, which would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
And if you go and donate to them, make sure that you send at least $1 to us because because I am wasting away.
Danley's got a lot of.
I'm losing all kinds of weight.
So you will you'll donate
ideas.
to the Babylon. You'll donate to the Babylon Bee online.
I have lots of things I need him to buy.
And for us, while you're watching this podcast, just fold up that dollar bill and cram it right into the USB slot.
Don't do that.
And that'll be great. Now, if you've got USB-C,
if it's $20,
then what
it'll
you
start
actually
sparking.
Yeah. If you've got USB-C, you actually have to pop the chip out of your card and slip it right in there.
All right, Babylon Luke.
Yeah.
So hey, how about a abs by Christmas update, which is actually why I've been losing some weight. Not that I'm starving and I need $1.
Let's start with you, and then we'll go to Kyle. And
let's talk about abs by Christmas. Let's do that.
So my abs by Christmas is going pretty well. Actually, let me check. I should have actually looked.
To be fair, I did get a new watch.
Hey, nicely done. Are you tracking your calories?
I am actually, genuinely, and
good job.
And
man.
even got a scale that reads the body mass and everything else. Like
nice.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
what
told
I
me
have.
exactly what I knew is I'm fat and I'm okay with it. So right,
you can't see this super well,
no.
but it shows trends.
Yeah, you're going down.
It's awesome.
It's good.
What are those trends? Is it
That's down. That's a
that's
downward
a
trend,
trend of
right
weight.
there.
But I mean, that's your weight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
No, that's very good.
Well done.
Show the camera.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he's not
it's
going
not
to show the
able to
camera. Yeah.
But also, I've gone up a couple of pounds.
Okay.
Because there's been some events going on that I've decided to break the
your
diet.
Bachelor party and
Bachelor
wedding party and
wedding. There was a Saturday. There was a Sunday and a Monday
and a
after that.
And then
my
my neighbor had burgers, so I'm
No, and then my parents came over and made burgers. You were right on that.
I'm ding, ding, ding.
So just don't have the bread.
I did that one time, but I'm back on it. Like, overall, I've got a net decrease of probably 15, 16 pounds.
Nice. That's a good.
Yep.
That's a good.
And it went lower than that, and then back up a little bit. But you're gonna see some.
You
get some up and downs.
In the Benjamin episode, you did. You said you work out at a gym.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
just
one?
The YMCA.
Oh, is it like just the one that's right over by us? That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. I don't live over by y'all, so that's not where I go.
I am thinking about canceling the gym membership.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
why?
for the longest time, we've got a
because he
Bowflex.
doesn't want to pick up a weight.
I thought
no, it's not that. I like the weights.
I was gonna say that's the thing he raved about
no,
last
it
time.
was. But lately he said,
"Oh, okay."
He's
lately you
with
have
me.
said, man, now that I've been going on walks, I like just walking outside. I just don't know that I'm motivated to pick up a weight right now.
That is true. I did say that. So
You did.
you're not crazy.
You're not
for saying
embellishing
that.
it a little bit.
It's not exactly
No?
true
Okay.
either. But
So I was lied
I did
to.
say
Or
that.
Yeah.
I feel very lied to.
Well, look, I change my mind often and very quickly.
I'm gonna show you where it hurts, and it's right here in my bottom.
Yeah, your butt hurt.
I'm butthurt by, by
No,
your
I do
lies.
love the walks. I've been enjoying it. The dogs are really enjoying
Yeah.
it, as you can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah,
But I do have this Bowflex, and
No. Yeah.
I could just go into the garage and
But it's hot in the garage.
It's not
Not
anymore.
anymore. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I might cancel it.
Yeah.
But anyways, who else? So you got a
I just got
Bluetooth
a
scale.
Yeah, I got a scale.
That is
and
the most fun thing.
and it
except
is,
when it is.
Oh, no, I mean,
except when it's depressing.
I totally no, but it wasn't depressing because I looked on that thing. I was like, I know exactly what this is going to tell me. Hey, you're fat. Yeah, okay, you're right. Like, I mean, and there's a long history of the whys and everything for me, and at the same time, like, yeah, sure, it's time to start maybe making better decisions. You know, like, I mean, which is fine. I'm okay with that, but I mean, I'm just not. Oh, by Christmas. No thanks. I'm not trying to do that to myself.
Yeah.
Well, I will say it's. I bet you'll find, like I did, that even before I had the one that registered.
Even if just looking at it, because we had a scale.
Because I make good decisions, and
Yeah.
if you make good decisions
Over
in
time,
a row for several days,
Yeah,
you'll
see it.
You'll see it dip a little bit,
and
then
even before I made the job change, like we were changing even just. I mean. The way that we were eating and all that stuff, just in that, but we were still in that. We're also still learning like the rhythm of our life right now with our new jobs and everything. So it's getting that in.
Yeah, it's got to be weird
out.
Starting you and your wife starting something new.
Starting something new at the exact same time, working at the exact same place in the same department. It is strange. We love it. It's great, but it is, and then the other part of it is that like we have all this time now. And so you feel stupid because it's like, man, I don't have an excuse. Like I really could go take a 30-minute walk in the morning and at night. But I don't.
It's beautiful out.
But
right
I don't
now.
want to because I have all this time that I've never had before. Why? I don't want to go do that. But I mean, we will. It's just a.
You got to make the adjustment
right
first.
Now, now, it's like we're 60 days in, 60 days into this, and it's like maybe it's like really it might be. At the end of the year,
it's gonna be
incremental. I hate the whole like
January 1st.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it January 1st. Here we go.
But I mean, to the point of maybe December 1st.
I'm gonna stop eating.
I'm
gonna stop eating sugar. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna stop doing drugs.
I'd never done that last one, so that's okay. But it's I just well, maybe December 1st we'll decide. But I mean, we like I said, we've equipped ourselves with because I used to have a watch and we used to track stuff but we'll see. Lucas, what about you?
Well, hey, Abs by Christmas, we did a really bad job of introing that segment. So Abs by Christmas.
I don't think we did. I think if people
just,
know, then
just
they know.
this episode. Okay, well, you know what?
Yeah,
it is
if
pretty
you don't know,
self-explanatory.
Go back and watch some other episodes. Also, smash that like button. Make sure to ring the bell so you get notifications when we do a new video. No, I'm not that jerk.
I liked it.
We decided to go on diet so we could have abs by Christmas for our wives.
We decided you too.
Yeah.
Well,
because
the reason that I did was not so my
jerks.
wife had abs on Christmas Day. The reason I did was to fit into my clothes.
Well,
yeah,
which was, dude, it was a problem. Like,
yeah, you've got a
like
bunch
I
of
really
weddings
got to.
coming up.
Well, it's not even that. I really got to a point where like my just jeans, like my
Just
regular go-to pair of jeans.
Well, that's right. You busted out of your last one. You said right.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that is one of the most humiliating things in the world. Like leaning down and just.
Yep.
Stink. Just.
Yeah, and they were my favorite. I don't know if I updated. I think I did.
I did
my favorite pair. Busted them out.
My last pair of jeans that I had.
That sucks.
My last pair of jeans that I had a video shoot with the senior pastor, and I bent over and just ripped. I mean, straight from the crotch. I'm talking all the way down to the front. It wasn't even the back. From the crotch all the way down. I mean, it was easily this big. Like, I mean, it is impossible to miss. And they're walking in the door when that happened. And I was just like, I need a sweatshirt. And I hung the sweatshirt around the front of my clothes. And the people look at me, I'm like, just don't ask questions. Just do the thing. That was right at the beginning of COVID too. That was fun.
Oh, that stinks.
Oh,
But anyways, I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's why we're doing this, is because of all of that, to make all of that happen. The having of the abs and the fitting into of the clothes and all of that.
It was different motivations for both of us.
Yes.
Mine is I had been wearing basketball shorts for about 5 months.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Mm-mm.
But
we've all been wearing basketball
here's
shorts for
here's the
Who's
problem
to say
with
we're not
it.
wearing basketball shorts now?
I am.
I know.
But here's the problem. While I was wearing basketball shorts,
yes,
I was chugging Twinkies and Dr. Pepper and pizza and beer and
all of those, all the
everything
things
awful,
they put on.
everything awful that I had avoided to lose all that weight. It became a yo-yo. I
Everything-
started going back up.
yo-yo.
Everything that Weight
going
Watchers
back up.
recommends day one.
No.
If you're doing these things, stick with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm back on the wagon.
Nice.
So how are you doing?
I've gained 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of muscle.
I was gonna say, is that what you're trying to do? Or are you trying to gain?
I don't
or
know.
no?
Currently I'm in I'm wanting to lower the body percent fatage.
Where is the
body
weight?
fat percentage? Body
Yeah,
percent
I know
fatage.
what
Is
you
it in
meant.
your
the
arms
body
and
fat
shoulders
percentage.
and back, or is it in your gut?
I don't know. Because I'm not seeing a lot of like mirror change, which is good, and the calipers are staying around where they were as far as like the fat fold measurements, but I'm not. I mean, obviously the stuff on the scale is going up, but I'm a tough gauge on myself whenever it comes to actually like putting on muscle because I've been really big before, and so
You look bigger.
So even in that, I'm wearing
fatter.
So I was gonna say.
I'm just kidding. No. Your arms really do look bigger.
Well, I'm wearing tighter shirts. Yeah, that's the illusion.
That could be.
Yeah, probably. It's just this weird thing for me where I've got in my head what I used to look like when I was competing in bodybuilding and things like that. And so for me, that is the ideal like physique that I can have, and essentially it is the ideal.
Your mind's eye of what you like see yourself as.
Yeah,
I also am chasing
of what like my optimum is.
Sure.
I also am chasing what you looked like when you were posing.
You're gonna have to lose like 7 inches. But like that's where when I look at myself, that's what I think of, like that's where I can be. And so being where I'm at right now, even where I was when I was competing in strongman, where I was more physically fit, I was actually bigger and stronger than I was even at my peak in bodybuilding. It didn't feel that way. I was very much in a mindset whenever I would do like body evaluations or BMI tests or things like that, because like a BMI test for me comes back as morbidly obese.
Sure.
And
I have that too.
Yeah, and that's just
well, that's I mean,
that's just it's not the case. I had one doctor prior to the competition 2018-2019 season. Prior to that competition season, I had a doctor who came in and never looked up, just looked at my chart and was talking to me about like, hey, you know what, you're at high risk, or we're going to have to talk about some things and put you on a diet and blah, blah, blah. And then looks up and was like, oh, you're actually fine. I was like, you know what, I think I want to see another doctor.
Yeah, I know it too.
Yeah.
But when, as these changes are...
Because he just went, patient's chart presented as overweight.
Yeah,
$40 up there up front. Thank you.
Right, yeah. This patient is...
The patient's chart presented.
Yeah, he's 5'8", he's wearing boots, and he weighs 212 pounds. And they're like, woo, but when they... Not that I'm like any sort of physical specimen, but obviously I'm doing a decent job of taking care of myself at my age. So those things just like mess with my head, because I know where I was when I competed, and was like incredibly lean.
You can have an abnormal specimen too.
Yeah, well, I'm an
thank you.
one way to put it. But I know where I was whenever I competed then, and it's one of those things where it just kind of rents space in your head to some extent, and there's not that I'm not satisfied with the progress that's being made, but it's hard to tell. Right. And so there's the scale number, there's the body fat percentage number, which is why that was what I was basing everything off of, because the scale and the mirror can be good gauges, but they often lie because you've got psychological stuff that plays into both of them.
Sure.
The fat calipers are less
and also
likely
you could have
to
a
lie.
bloaty day.
It's my daily regimen there. That's
It's a bloaty day.
This is bloaty.
Yeah,
You go,
I
oh
am-
man,
I'm kind of
I've
bloated
lost
today."
everything.
Yeah,
And then
gained back
really,
everything, you mean?
it's just
you
little
just had a bloaty day.
Baby,
Yeah,
got a little,
you shouldn't have had that extra milk.
baby had a little gas.
Push up my tummy a little bit.
Yeah.
Have Kirsten bring me a heating pad.
my.
And,
Raise your legs and work them out.
yeah, I need a heating pad and some Pepto.
So the other thing I don't know if you've considered is
Oh, man.
to the weight increase
Mhm.
is just like the freshman 15, right? Where you gain.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
There's a hubby hundo.
I don't know that. I would have thought that
When
would
you
already
get married,
happened.
When you get married, slowly and surely. It's not like when you become.
No,
it's
like
for the
it's not like
first-
day one in college you gain 15 pounds. It's progressively over
Well,
the
it's-
semester.
It's
It's
over
over the
the
freshman
over
year.
the first over the
Or
freshman
the first
year,
year,
right?
I'm sorry.
It's the freshman year.
Yeah.
But a lot of that takes place, and conceivably, at least half of it would take place in the first 6 months. The first 6 months that I was married, I gained no weight at all.
This is different. There you go. Argument overcome.
On the flow chart, does what he said work with my point? No, denial.
Yep. This is a different scenario. You can't
Great.
use those rules.
Oh, my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. Okay, well, in that case, my bad. Thank you. I look forward to gaining much more, 97 more pounds.
Yeah, you're gonna
Which would be
have to-
wonderful.
You're gonna need some new jeans, just like me.
Or no, you can just borrow yours.
Hey, Danley, you got some hand-me-downs?
Not anymore, because you ripped them.
Yep.
Yeah, I finally
Sad story.
bought another pair.
Of jeans?
What,
jeans.
what kind of jeans do you buy?
Cheap from Ross.
Like, well, I mean, like, what is that? Levi's?
I don't actually remember the brand, but they are
Wrangler?
the stretchy ones.
Oh yeah, with spandex
Yeah.
in it.
With the elastic
I don't know.
waistband?
I don't know, but fantastic.
Yeah.
Are they Lee?
So I hate
Victoria?
Is that a girl?
No.
no.
No, they make good jeans.
Yeah, they do.
Good
So
jeans.
I don't know, but
I
these are awesome.
hate blue jeans. I hate them. I don't
do
know
you
why.
prefer like a different
Well,
color?
no,
Or do you
no,
just, like,
no,
not like
jeans,
denim?
jeans,
What-
denim in general.
What
can't
happened
stand
in
it.
your past with blue jeans?
I have.
What did blue jeans do to you?
They gave me rash. Seriously, I'm not joking. Like
Wow.
all up and down my legs, and so Wranglers, Levi's, all of them. Like,
Have you seen?
I just,
Have you seen Trailer Park Boys?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen of them. I'm not like sat down and watched.
Nope.
But
You know Randy,
Yeah,
the
no,
assistant
no,
who can't wear a shirt and he
no.
gets rash.
it's nothing like that.
It's like
But-
that.
No, because I can wear other.
He never
pants.
wears a shirt. When
No.
he puts a shirt on, he breaks out in a rash.
Yeah, that's
So
I
he
know
never
what you're
has a
talking
shirt
about.
on,
But no,
except for when
I think we got a
they
guy that
make
lives
him.
in our trailer park that has that.
it's just the trailer park syndrome. I think. But
Maybe so. Like
Every
what,
trailer
what
park
spot
has-
is he
has
in?
one guy.
In the trailer,
Yeah.
like what trailer number
No,
is
I
he? Because
just-
I want to see if it's the same one as my neighbor.
I just can't stand blue jeans. I don't like denim jeans. Yeah, I don't like them.
Have you
You should
have you
try
tried
stretchies.
like okay, so there's some look-alike jeans that are made out of like Radon and things like that
Yes,
that
I
like
have.
Joseph Abboud and companies like that make
yes.
that are really nice.
Because
They're just expensive.
Lucky had
Yeah.
and I can wear those. They're fine.
Right.
And I used to go to Costco, but I think they don't do that anymore. I don't remember.
No, Costco well, I
Dock
don't
them or
know.
something,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, but yeah, no, and it's like honestly, I need more pockets anyways because I'm always using pockets. So, but yeah, I just wondered what kind of jeans you had. That's cool.
Yeah, you went from
I
board
will
shorts
send
to
you a
cargo
picture.
shorts.
'Cause I don't remember.
That's okay.
I wear
Board
the
shorts.
Duluth Trading Co. ballroom jeans.
That's I like
Ballroom
Duluth
jeans.
stuff because that's what I'm wearing right now.
I like
and
that
that's
name.
the
Very clever.
cargos.
Yeah.
But-
It is, and
Ballroom.
there's this whole like extra seam and
Mhm.
patch that's in there, so that
It makes ripping out the crotch very difficult.
it does that, which is typically what happens to my jeans because my hamstrings rub together, and
So
where
you
my
get that-
hamstrings rub together, my seams just shred, and
See-
it doesn't
see-
happen in these.
See,
jeans.
mine,
what-
mine
hold
was
on.
fat
I was
hamstrings.
gonna say, did you listen to the way he did that? Where the seams rub together, they just shred. Where a normal person like you or I would have simply said, "That's where the jeans come apart."
Yeah.
And he said, "No, they shred.
They do shred.
Yeah.
It's very epic.
No,
I like it.
You're welcome. As my wife once told me, sometimes it's necessary to be a little extra.
yeah,
That was actually what she said.
extra indeed.
I've been called that many times. And
I wonder if
a
we should
drama
be-
queen.
Yeah, I wonder if we should be clapping every time that the audio
No, it's
is doing
okay.
this thing.
That'll be all right.
Huh.
No.
Hooray! More audio issues.
Stopped.
Oh gosh, no, because it Final Cut will sync it up by itself.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on.
I have no idea.
Oh, that's so weird.
Logic stinks. There, you heard.
So
it.
for those of you listening
go.
and looking, in case we don't cut this out,
I don't think we should.
we had a brief
We recorded multiple
respite.
places. We recorded multiple places,
Yeah.
and
We record in 3 phases.
Yeah.
Phase 1.
Yeah. Phase 1, offense.
The Jason Garrett. What was that word?
Yeah, phase 3, special teams. We do it in phases.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We're going to be great in all 3 phases.
Oh man, so what else is happening?
Hey, what's some stuff that you like? Do you have anything that
Ooh,
you
actually,
like?
I brought something.
Oh
Uh-oh.
my goodness.
I'm
The
excited.
one time he comes prepared.
He was prepared.
What's some stuff that you like? I brought something. I know exactly what this was before
I
you
get
took it out.
to
Yes.
I get to steal Lucas's thunder this week, where I'm always like,
Yeah.
"What do you like?" Well, there's this new Q-tip that's pretty cool, and he's like, "I just wrote a 90-page essay on." Oh my god!
They got chicken nuggets in like dinosaur shapes.
Yes,
That could be like,
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
like
no,
he'll eat the Triceratops and dip him in ketchup with blood.
Dune,
Yes. He's holding up
Yes.
a book of Dune right
fantastic book
Yeah.
by Frank Herbert.
now. Yep.
Yeah, I'm on page because there are no chapters.
There are chapters.
no.
221.
You're
I
at 221?
Yeah.
You're such a jerk.
Why? Were you all
Because
supposed to be
we-
reading this together?
Ish.
Okay.
Right? Like keeping up with one another. He was like, all right, I'm on page 48. So I get to page
I
48.
have been keeping you updated.
and I was
though.
like, not since you were on page 160.
yeah, and then
That's 60
that
pages
night
ago.
I read a lot.
I read 40 pages in one night.
So anyway.
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a
awesome.
great
It's
book.
a good. I haven't read it in about 15 years. I need to read it again before the movie comes out. So
Yeah, I've got a bunch of
I'm
questions
excited.
because
There's just so much stuff that
there's
doesn't.
so
It's
much.
so
stuff.
good.
They throw you into this giant, like the deep end of this giant pool,
Yeah.
and start using all these words that aren't
Just-
words.
Yeah, they don't make
Mhm.
sense.
Mentat.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Is it a robot? Is it a thing?
Mentats.
It means human computer, but it's not actually a
Yeah.
machine because this guy's a human. Well, how do you know he's a human? Oh, he put his hand in the box with the gum jabber. Like, you're an idiot. No, you're not even speaking to
That
me.
is,
but that's
that's very
that
true.
is all the stuff.
That is
Oh my
exactly
gosh.
that is
Yeah.
a cohesive thought.
Yeah,
The way that
if we're
that-
talking about Dune, yes, there's a reason that people used to read science fiction and that everyone else looked at them and they were like,
You're crazy.
"You're dumb.
Yeah, you're crazy.
You're just being dumb right now."
That's make believe. That's fairyland.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the
Oh,
movie
he's
to
gonna
come
stab
out
him
too,
in the
though.
neck with a gum jabber. That makes look at those
Gum
dorks.
jabber.
Meanwhile, they're like super into it. Where he knows that you're gonna get him. He's got to get back to Arcus and House Harkonnen. This is gonna be terrible.
We gotta save the Duke.
What about the Fremens? Do you think the Fremens are gonna help him?
So that's the thing you like because you've been
Yeah, but it's so.
It's probably both of ours.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna steal your.
No, you did.
What were you saying? Because I interrupted you.
So 220 pages into a 600 something page book,
Mhm.
right? You're a week into reading it so far, like right around there.
Probably.
What's the last time you devoured a book this quick?
So I read the Divergent series because I saw the first
Starring
whatever her name
that
is.
that
And-
blonde.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the movie. Have you seen Divergent? No.
I fell asleep.
I did watch a
I
couple
enjoyed
of
it.
them. I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it. I
But
thought, I
it
mean,
wasn't.
but they're not finishing
It wasn't
right?
great.
no, there's 3 of them. There's 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, Divergent, Allegiant, and whatever the last one is. They closed it off.
Flop.
No, I enjoyed it. They're all on YouTube TV. But anyways, I read those books, and then for some reason, Kristen had picked up.
And then book 4, Springtime for Hitler.
No, no, for some reason, Kristen picked up all the
They're like, what do we got to do to get this thing canceled? I know.
jeez. No,
Sorry, good.
no, that and the Catching Fire thing, whatever the Hunger Games books.
The Hunger Games books.
I read all of them in 2 days.
Oh wow!
And
I didn't do that.
How many books are there?
There's
There's several.
4.
Well, 3 originally. The
Three-
4th one just came
sorry,
out,
yeah, 3
which is like a
that's right.
prequel to it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Three books. But they in the movie
Is
they broke up the
Katniss
last one too.
Yeah.
hotter in the movie or in the book?
I don't know. It's kind of a weird question to ask a married dude, but
I'm trying to.
I mean, I don't know the answer. Question. I don't know the answer. I mean,
did you imagine her pretty than Jennifer Lawrence?
Well, no. I mean, to
do
be honest,
you think that you were more of a PETA or more of a Gale?
Well, no, I did though. I watched the movies first, so it was those characters acting in my mind. Like, I mean, that's just what they were, right?
So she was the same amount of hotness.
Sure. So
I have to say,
Kyle said that she was the same amount of hotness in the movie or in the book.
Well, good.
Same.
Yeah,
because it was essentially the same character to him.
Yeah.
What about PETA? How hot was he?
He was totally flipping different. Like, it wasn't even the same character. If I remember correctly, like they played him off completely different in the movies.
He was sort of a spongy baker in the book. In the book, he's sort of dumpy and very. He was way more sensitive.
Oh, really? So they played him up for the movie.
I think he's so much tougher in the movie than he is in the book. Imagine that he's tougher in the movie than he is in the book.
Yeah,
man. Peter's
and yet
lame.
she still ends up with him and thinking all the time about Gale.
It just stopped.
No.
Oh
yeah. So Game of Thrones. When I first started reading Game of Thrones, I imagined Ned Stark as Sean Bean. There was just no way that was anybody else. And then when I saw that they cast him,
there are some castings that just there's no way.
Absolutely, I knew that.
Who else?
That's exactly.
That's a good question.
Who that was going to be? I also thought maybe it's just Sean Bean because I also thought that when I read when I read 007, when I read Lord of the Rings. Yeah. That's who I was thinking of was him, because I'd seen him in some like older epic, and I was like, oh, it's got to be that guy because he very much fit that role. Maybe for me, it's just Sean. I just always imagined Sean Bean in these like sacrificial roles,
like for Bridget Jones's Diary. You're like Sean Bean would
Sean
be
Bean,
a great
make
love
a great
interest.
Bridget. Yeah. Seems like he's got a lot of breadth as an actor. I bet he'd be a wonderful Bridget. Oh. Okay, so it was high school before you read a book. Since you've read a book, like
I used to be an avid reader,
right?
And then video games came out and computers came out, and I lost interest.
Came out.
They came out on that day.
Yeah,
they all came out.
Oh man.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've read certainly since then, but nothing.
You read the Tim Allen book?
Yeah.
That was when I was younger too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man by Tim Allen. It's a great book.
Like, so Danley, awesome. I asked him one day, I was like, what have you read recently that you really liked? He was like, oh, there's this book by Tim Allen. I was like, when did you read it?
I don't think you said recently, did you?
Yes.
Are we gonna have to don't edit this later and go play the clip of me saying that. Yeah, and cue that. Go ahead.
No, I don't have that kind of time to go back through all that stuff.
Through my life and figure that out? No.
So anyway, we bless you.
Thank you.
So
I have COVID.
Oh Lord.
Gosh.
I don't.
Are we allowed to joke about that? Can we joke about
I think
COVID?
so.
Okay, cool.
I think you can joke about COVID itself.
Just not what it does to people.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't make fun of someone that has COVID on camera.
It's still sticky.
Yikes.
What's sticky?
Just the whole
saying COVID and then laughing.
Yeah. I don't know. But
it's such a weird topic now because it's still so divisive.
Yeah.
Right? That like you can't bring it up.
Divided this room.
Yeah.
Where I made a joke and you two got serious.
It just got awkward. I made a joke back. Kyle got serious.
I'm not serious at all. I'm never serious.
So moving on.
So anyway, high school was the last time you like devoured a book like this. What do you think it is about this particular book that has captured your attention?
There's a lot in it that's interesting.
Yeah.
There's, I would actually compare it to Game of Thrones a little bit.
Yeah.
In that it's not just a story about Paul, the main character who's developing and figuring out this world, but there's all of these conspiracies and murder attempts and there's
politics,
different politics.
Right? Yeah.
There's different families involved, and he does a really good job of I think the second chapter
section.
Yeah. And you're saying there are chapters?
They're just not numbered, but like there's a definite start and end to each thing.
Yeah.
But at this, I think the second chapter it introduces the villain. It just drops you in the lap
comes out of nowhere. Yeah.
But I really like that. It's very smart. It's intelligent, but also there's swords.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what I need.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I've really dug about it is that they throw you into an existing world.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things I always found so cool about Star Wars was that it was lived in. Right, a lot of science fiction movies, everything you go in, they're so like polished and everything.
Well, then you have to build everything up. Like you have to develop and all this. But Dune, they very much just say you're in it.
Yeah, hey, this is the world that you're in. Yeah. Now you're a fly on the wall, and you've got to catch up.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
Exactly. I've flipped to the back
because there's a glossary.
The glossary. I've flipped to that.
It doesn't help at
easily
all.
30 times.
Yeah.
to go look up a new word and even look up an old word that I already read that I'm like, what is this again?
Yeah. And there's a couple of
words.
What's
a muad'Dib?
It's its own experience in itself because
it's really good.
I love the definitions of the words in the glossary that send you to another word.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like what? How many words do you have to make up for the same thing?
Seed Testament. I'm like, well, I'm on M.
Yeah, it feels like school.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I don't.
It's great.
That I don't understand, and it's not in the glossary.
I don't understand.
The
Lands.
Man, I wish we had a copy of the book.
It's only right there.
Yeah. So I
don't know where it would be though.
So I'm guessing they're like the ruling group that the emperor defers to.
It's been so long since I cannot remember this stuff, man.
Because they help in the decisions that the emperor makes in some way. Who's also this like mystical character. I don't know. I'm just excited.
Because what page are you on?
I'm on
40.
No, I'm on like 150.
You should pick it up and read
I
it
will.
with us.
I don't think I have a copy of it. I might have to go.
It's hard to find right now.
I know because the movie's coming out. Everybody's refreshing.
We Amazoned it, or you can get like the set. They've got the 5-book set that you can get. I almost thought about doing, and then I was like, you know what?
I know somebody.
I don't know, because if this first book sucks, I'm not gonna want this.
Or you can get the audio version, where Gilbert Gottfried reads it.
Yep.
Okay, the Audible version right now is
no one's calling BS on that.
Full on. I'm about to talk about it. Is a full on cast of voice actors with music, and it was done like radio theater, and it's supposed to be absolutely incredible, like a fully immersive experience. And I have a couple of people that have they've said that if you read along with it, that it's one of the coolest
that might be
book
the best
experiences.
See, I was going to say because to me,
awesome.
reading, I would have to I would actually have to read the book for I don't do well. Being an audio engineer is weird, but I don't do well retaining. If I listen to something like that, I wouldn't remember that part of the story. I would struggle with remembering like something that happened 2 sections ago.
Well, when you're listening, because you're an audio engineer, are you just is the way that you listen different?
Yeah, I'm critiquing the whole thing like, hey, they should have done this or whatever, and that's just not, and that's not fun. But
that's why I don't listen to music.
No, I don't ever listen to music, and that's sad.
Do you listen to music?
Old music, yeah.
But I mean,
like how often? Like, what's your talk, podcast, whatever, to music ratio? That was a heck of a sigh there, Napoleon.
I'm really giving it some thought too, because
there's a wrinkle coming up in your forehead.
We've kind of talked about this. There's different places you listen to different things,
right?
Like I might listen to music if I'm cooking,
but I mean,
sure, I might listen to my wife if I'm at home, but
that doesn't happen too often. That doesn't even happen too often, though. That's a 1 in 10 chance. But no, but like I don't know. I mean, I just this I always have headphones on, like when I'm in my job. So to me, it's a chore. I put headphones on and I'm working, and I don't like that. I don't, so it's hard for me to go, oh, I want to put headphones on and listen to this for the next 10 hours. Not really.
I will if I can avoid it, unless I'm at the gym, I'm not wearing headphones if I'm listening to something. It's on speaker.
For me, the book, like I would have to have my book in, like a book in hand to enjoy
the audiobook.
And I think I could.
Right.
But I would have to have this in hand to be able to follow along.
I would have to have it in hand so that it would count.
To count as read.
Towards my thing, because I'm trying
what is it again?
I'm trying to average, at the end of the year, I want to have read 52 books, so I average one a week. So I'm in the 30s right now, and Dune. Your suggestion of Dune was awesome, but it's 600 pages.
600 pages. One book.
Yeah,
I could have had 8 books in that.
I've pulled out all these books that are just like they're big pamphlets.
I gotta catch up.
Yeah,
I gotta get some quick numbers.
Yeah,
essentially yes.
And the
That's
other thing,
what I'm going for.
The
right
other
now,
thing that frustrates me about reading versus listening to somebody else read is I can read so much faster than they do, and so it's like man, I can do this in a quarter of the time. Like
that is not me, man.
We gotta read Brave Ollie Possum at some point.
It's amazing.
Maybe after Dune.
Okay, yeah. You might actually beat us on Brave Ollie Possum if you started reading it after Dune. Or you might be able to catch up pretty quick. So Kirsten and I...
Assuming that I keep my pace.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to outpace you. I will say in my defense...
I'm just a slow reader.
You stop? Like intentionally?
Really?
Yeah.
So I thought you were very fast, especially with reading 50-something...
I work at it.
Okay.
And
you're slow, but you're deliberate and unceasing.
Yes, essentially, yeah. Because I've got terrible dyslexia, and I have only within like the past probably 15 years enjoyed reading, because I found out in college I read a university study that I just kind of stumbled across on it whenever I was in the library studying about dyslexia, because I was having such a hard time with the readings from classes. Like all of my notes were great, and I was talking to my history professor.
Were backwards?
No, because I was listening.
Yeah, you're listening.
I was listening to it, and I'm a great comprehensive reader. Like but reading is work for me.
But you can read your own handwriting better than written. I guess that's the point I was making.
Well, sort of, yeah, because I wrote it, right? And so it doesn't. The words on the page are what a lot of times causes dyslexia. Like I don't have it as bad with handwriting as I do with printed words. Printed words
I actually think that's
really
really
tough.
I don't really know anything about dyslexia.
I'm mildly dyslexic as well, and it's
yeah. So it's like imagine if you were to read a sentence and each letter within each word was
just
moving
in a different place. Yeah. And
so that's the thing. So like
I'd stick with video games and TV.
Yeah.
Well,
so like the sentence, like the
that's
quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, right? Like just about every letter in the alphabet is in that sentence.
Yeah.
So if you were looking at it, like all of the letters in the word "the" are like shifting positions. Quick, lazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. I think every letter in the alphabet's in it, but it might be missing one or two. So. But in each word, so like the sentence maintains its structure, but each word, the letters are just kind of like shifting. And so I talked to my history professor, and he was like, there's a study on this that I read. If you go to the library, it's down there. You just have to ask for it. And I was like, okay. So I'm talking to the librarian, I'm like, so there's a university study that my history professor was talking to me about. It's in this. She's like, okay. I didn't have access to that area, so she goes, looks it up. Anyway, long story short, they were studying.
We had to go to MS-DOS.
Yeah.
What is that called?
MS-DOS. Yeah.
Tape decks were spinning up somewhere in Iowa.
Yeah. Right. So microfiche.
Still couldn't find it. We had to go visit.
So the
long story about
the Smithsonian.
Okay, so we're there in the what's it called?
Library.
Yeah, we're in the library. And
I have made you so dumb.
Yeah, with a candlestick by Mr. Professor Plum.
That's it. Me and Professor McGonagall. Yeah. So the study essentially showed that there was improvement in dyslexic kids' ability to read. That their retention was the same, but their reading improved when they read under a black light. So I got a black light, started reading under a black light, and it fixed a lot of the issue. Now, I don't have to read under a black light anymore. So if I do, it's a lot easier.
Question about that. Like with nothing but the black light, or just a black light on as well?
With nothing but the black light.
Plus, you can read secret messages that way.
Sure. Somebody wants to leave me a secret message in glow stick.
Just don't do it at the Motel 6.
Yeah.
That's all.
So gross. So we so I started doing that, and we realized that it helped improve my reading. And but reading is still like a lot of work. My reading speed is way down in comparison to a lot of my peers. But the amount that I consume and just the work that I put into it is that. Because when I think of, like, all right, I want to read 60 pages, right? That's going to take me an hour and a half or 2 hours to do.
I will give you a major kudos. The fact that you've got dyslexia and you're reading 52 books.
Yeah.
If that's the goal. I don't have that, and I'm on track to read like one.
So that one that you brought with you.
I mean, really, there's a couple that I'm making my way through, but it's not gonna be 52.
Yeah, and
so a good kudos to you. That's awesome.
So with Brave Ollie Possum, it's what Kirsten and I've kind of been reading as a bedtime story, which has been a lot of fun. But we're also going through the Bible in a year.
Okay.
And so some nights...
That's 66, man. You're good.
Some nights, I'm not counting. It's one. It's just one big one. So some nights we're getting through our Bible reading, and then by the time we get through that, we're like,
I'm tired.
I don't think I can do Brave Ollie Possum, but we're at a really stellar point right now.
Do you read the Bible out
so
loud? Because you do the podcast with her.
We do.
Do you do that?
Yeah, that's been paused since she started school. But we have done it out loud. We've listened to the Bible and read a lot too. It's very seldom that all we do is listen, but that lately has become more frequent, where it's just the listening to the audio of the Bible. But that in itself, especially for the first year of marriage, listening to the Bible cover to cover, reading the Bible, and then reading and listening at the same time, has been a really cool endeavor. And it's given us both this weird goal.
I was gonna say, I bet you
right,
Leviticus was probably a tough endeavor.
There was the program we're using splits it up, so you get some Old Testament, some New Testament. The thing that was, I think
does it give you some in King James and some in
no, you get to pick the translation.
The translation.
That would be cool to switch back and forth,
which you can. Because the plan will stay the same within the app. But one of the things that we were just kind of frustrated with, is that they would take these, like, you'd do 2 or 3 chapters in Exodus, and you're like, oh, man. Ooh, that was exhausting. And then they're like,
God,
all right, sweet. Then we get to the part where we could hear...
It's a lot of frogs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, the Israelites are at it again.
My gosh.
They're really about to upset God.
Dumb yet again.
Yeah. And then I'm like, but I also like see me reflected so much in their actions. And so then it gets to some stuff where Jesus is talking, and I'm like, oh, great. This is awesome. It's like so refreshing with the things that he's talking about. And they're like, and you're going to get 14 verses of Jesus, and then we're done, and we're going to skip it. I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, I used to do the
I just had to listen to who gets to be clean and unclean whenever stuff happens.
Yeah.
I used to do a plan with, and I don't remember who it was with, but there was they would give you a specific chapter to read, and I mean, it had to have been more than one chapter, but it was kind of the same Bible year type thing. But it wasn't. So, and one day they gave me all of the genealogies. So it's like, what is this? Why
did you retain any of that?
No.
It was Hith, son of Sam.
And I was like, I mean, I guess they're
just... Ancestry.com.
I guess they're just getting it out of the way. Like, I mean, I'm not going to... And they did it. It was every one of them. And it was like, I mean... I can't. How do you do? It was funny that whole time. So I'm sure your program is much better than that.
It's just different.
It's just different.
Yeah. So we've been slow on Brave Ollie Possum because we should have finished it by August.
I was curious because you said you're still working. I was like, I didn't think it was that long.
We're still working through it. It's
how long does he have to be brave?
Yeah, a very long time. For months. Really, I think it's just one night is all he's brave in the book.
And who wrote that again?
Ethan Nicole.
Okay.
Yeah, the creative director for the Babylon Bee.
Did you see the article from? I think it was the Bee, talking about Ben Shapiro leading the people in an exodus from California.
Yes,
and he parted the Red Sea. Oh my gosh, so funny! And then he stopped halfway to talk about policy genius, finding a great insurance rate.
Yeah,
and then he delivered everyone to the other side where they all had great policies. And then Gavin Newsom followed him in. Oh, so funny.
So good.
How can you ban that? What is the problem?
What is the problem?
Where do you want them to start?
It's genuinely funny.
Right.
I wouldn't even say there's anything I can think of that's incredibly offensive, and I understand that that's subjective, and there's some people whose feelings get hurt a lot easier, but
anyways,
it's pretty tame
I
stuff.
don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
The whole subjectivity thing.
Okay, so that's your stuff that you like.
Yeah. And then I went into a little political rant at the
Yeah,
end.
there you go. Kyle, what for you tonight?
We were
What
only on mine?
Yeah.
That whole thing was me?
No, start with you. Now that I can think about it because I haven't been at all.
No, you can.
No, you don't want to do that.
No, no.
You want to do that.
Let Luke go.
You want to go first.
No, let Lucas go quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
Brisket.
Quickly.
Next.
Brisket? No, that's
you can go second, but you have to do it quickly.
I have to do it quickly.
No, I'm down with brisket. Brisket's a good thing.
So I think this week for my stuff that I like, I'm gonna roll with Island Coffee, EILAND. It is the brand that is sold at Liberation. He's a local roaster here in Dallas, and he has got a.
Does he have K-Pods?
No.
I'm pretty sure I knew that answer. But also I need
Kyle,
some
go
more.
ahead.
I need some more K-Pods.
No, I really want to hear
Where's
this.
the button to mute Danley's mic?
You can go ahead and make it crash
the
again.
presidential
That's fine.
debate button. Mute him.
Oh man.
No, so he's got a Costa Rican coffee right now that has it's a natural process, but it's a juice process. And so the coffee tastes like a strawberry.
Don't believe it.
It's really.
I don't believe it.
It's really, really crazy. You don't,
all right.
You don't have to. It's
No,
totally
next
cool.
week. Next week you can bring it in, and I'll taste it and
I
tell
don't
you
know
it
if
still
they'll-
tastes like mud.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll have it, and it definitely won't taste like mud. It's gonna have a much more fruity flavor than what you're used to. I don't know that you'll like it, but it is gonna be in preparation. Like I'm not gonna. If I do it, it's gonna be a small batch. It'll be like I made a cup for you.
Oh, it's just fine.
Versus
Probably it's a little more on the
other.
pricey side too, right?
No, it's
since
not. It's about
juiced.
No, I was gonna
It's
say
about
I'll buy
that.
Do
it.
they
Yeah.
press it instead of grinding it?
no. So it's the way that they roast it.
You press those beans.
So it's like a juice. It's not really a wash, but it's like a juice wash instead of like a honey wash or something like that. It's really really delicious.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know that I'm gonna have any more of that. He's also got a Chinese that's really good right now. And then we
Not
just
touching
had
that
his Rwandan blend his Rwandan single source, and then he does a special blend for Liberation that's a Liberation blend, which is phenomenal in espressos and lattes and stuff like that. So
Sweet.
yeah, Island Coffee is my big one this week. They're great.
Yeah, I need some more K-Cups. Which I can get at any corner grocery store.
Are you not using your
Your
espresso
very expensive
machine
espresso
anymore?
machine. Why?
Even
Even the non-coffee drinkers interested.
Yeah.
Like what's
Time.
the deal?
It's a thing to prepare it and clean it and
You gotta have a wife.
yeah, this is true.
Heather.
But this is too complicated.
Okay.
Not for her.
No.
And she'll know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
you're going down.
This is
Yeah.
too complicated that there are some things that I obsess about.
Sure.
And I'll figure it
Well,
out.
and you-
she does not have the interest
Or
to
care.
go mess with this machine that,
Yeah.
that has
as a person
pressurized
that
steam
really
in it.
values time, life is too short
To
for
not have
K-cup of
espresso.
coffee.
K-cup coffee.
I get it. A lot of times what I'll do,
Oh,
and this is
man.
part of the
Tell us.
fasting and the abs by Christmas, my abs by Christmas routine, is I will have a cup of coffee in the morning, maybe one more, and then I'll switch to this.
Yeah, so show us
Yeah.
show us what you got down here, because this
So
is
I'm
actually
not
where I
gonna-
thought you were going to go
So
with
maybe
your,
I
here's
shouldn't
some
show
stuff
the
that I like.
brand.
No, you can. It's fine.
It's
Okay.
a clear bottle.
Kirkland.
Yeah. That would be Costco's house brand.
Captain Kirkland.
Yeah. And
And the next one,
lost it.
what do we have to keep? Do you only have one bottle of this?
Hold on, that is just
You
sparkling.
have one.
It's
but
mineral water or sparkling water?
It's Italian
Oh.
sparkling but with
Is this to go
carbonation
around?
added.
Good, man. How come yours has bubbles in it, mine doesn't?
Because I'm so effervescent.
Yeah, I guess.
Just
I
my.
don't know where it went to.
Are you looking for them?
Oh, there they are.
Yep.
So I actually learned this from you,
You're welcome.
and I'm very glad that you showed me this because this is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yes.
so you got to try one.
Yeah.
Citrus blue.
I'm more a black cherry guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that supposedly tastes like Dr. Pepper. So this is Mio Energy. It's got 65 grams of caffeine.
How many squirts of this do you put in there?
Just 3, right? I think
I do a few. Well, there's a lot of water in
How
there
many's
too.
a few?
Maybe one more.
I'm pretty sure you're
Maybe
supposed to
one
do
more.
3. Yeah, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, and that's it. I think that's it.
So it gives you
Here
a
you go.
good boost of caffeine.
Which is what you need right now at 8 o'clock at night.
Yep.
I'm gonna have like zero.
Don't shake it
effects
too
of
much.
this.
Yeah.
Caffeine, B vitamins, 0 calories, no.
Oh my. Hold on.
There's nothing.
Yeah. What are you doing, Kyle?
Easy.
There's nothing
Hey,
in there
Kyle.
of interest that would. I kind of like the blue. I like them both, but
The blue's nice.
the blue tastes like carbonated Powerade to me.
Yeah.
Are we sure- are
yeah.
we
Yeah.
switching?
Spread,
Okay.
spread the COVID this
Okay.
way.
But anyways, I'll switch to this midway through. It gets me a little bit of a soda-ish fix.
This still to me tastes a lot like cherry Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, cherry Dr. Pepper. What does this taste like?
Carbonated Powerade.
That's what it tastes like to me.
Tastes like 3-hour-old gum to me. I don't like it. That's all I know.
I just can't imagine that anything would taste like 3-hour-old
I think it
gum.
tastes terrible.
What tastes worse, this or coffee?
Oh no, coffee. There's no like I can
Well,
I could actually enjoy that, but it would be like just drinking either that or like really
Yeah,
diluted.
I'm not getting 3-hour-old gum.
I don't know, dude.
I should have known the answer to that because you compared coffee to pond water.
Pond water,
which is
indeed, yeah.
I don't know, 3-hour-old gum. 3-hour-old or 3-day?
3-hour-old.
How old is this gum?
3 hours.
Well, that's what he said.
Sweet.
That's disgusting.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think I
man.
like the red.
I don't know that
I'm
I
gonna
had
get
gum
the-
in my mouth that long.
I like the red.
I'm gonna
more.
get a third one. I actually thought about that on the way out here. I was like, man, I wish I had a third one.
grape. I think they have grape. I like
Grape would be good.
I would do grape.
I'll try it. I'll try it again.
Sure.
So, anyways, I have this espresso machine that I don't use because
It's 4 tools and
it's a routine.
Yes.
Like you got to get enough bars of pressure. You got to get the right cut of the right roast, the right grind. There's just a whole lot of stuff.
And if you have one thing out of whack,
that it's more of a special occasion than it is
for you.
a daily user.
Not my experience.
When you had it,
Yeah,
Well,
it's a daily user
well,
for
why don't
me.
you use it again?
I've got one. My wife, don't you remember my?
I
here's
thought
some
they were
stuff
talking
that
about
I like.
my espresso machine.
Yeah, I would use that daily.
We need
If given the
to
option.
have some music playing in the background here while we discuss our
What kind of music?
respective Vivaldi. Yeah.
Excuse me, my espresso machine.
All I hear is
too many steps.
Do you have any grape upon?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
This is a very
exactly.
All right, so is it my
this is a
turn
very
now?
bougie conversation.
Is it my
Yeah.
turn now?
Man,
Okay.
we're
Yeah, go
only
ahead.
on.
Yeah,
we're
it is.
still on this.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah, it's
all right,
time for Kyle's stuff that he just remembered he enjoyed.
No, I do know exactly what it was. Actually, it was last week. I did a thing. I smoked queso, and it was fantastic.
So I
Smoked?
know you mean that you smoked the queso,
And
but I'm
indeed.
hearing that you smoked the
No,
queso.
it doesn't work that way. That would be very messy. No. No, but I mean, no, I made.
Like, hey man,
Ugh.
you got any more of that smoked queso?
Well, I'll tell you. So here's the deal.
So jacked up.
Here's the deal, though. Is I made.
Here's the deal, man.
Here's the deal, man. I made 3 though different heat levels. So I did a mild, medium, hot, and I was super intentional with it. I'm very proud of it. It turned out very well. I have some, and I will bring it next week. It's in the freezer. Like if I froze
I'm in.
some of it, I will bring it next week.
What cheese did you use?
So you have to use Velveeta. I'm sorry if you don't. Like you have to. So Velveeta's in there.
Don't worry.
No,
I think
I'm
we're
telling
both on
you,
the same page.
you have to.
I think we've talked about this before.
And so
queso. No, we're
Well,
not in on this. Go ahead.
either way,
You
continuing.
continue.
There's pepper jack. There's you have to have a little rotel. Period. There's beef and or sausage, depending on if it's. I will. Unfortunately, I only
Sausage
have,
is supreme. I would say
Yeah,
in
but
that
I only
case.
have the mild left, so it's beef. Sorry, but and then jalapeno. I chop up some jalapeno and put it in there.
That sounds awesome so
And,
far.
but I even like sweated out the jalapenos over the grill, so it was. I'm telling you. Oh, and then the binder to put it together is some beer. and smoked it all and cooked
See,
it.
So you
I'd have gone with a Lisa Frank binder.
No.
So you put this in a pot and
put it
in
an
your
aluminum
smoker?
And put it in my smoker for 4 hours.
That sounds awesome.
And I did this because
that's why you're all bloaty.
Oh no! I didn't eat it all, but I mean, no,
Poor guy.
I legit the whole thing. I was getting to this. One of my bosses, like, that's his thing. He says, everybody's got their vice. Like, for me, it's he'll go home and he's like,
smoked queso ruined my life.
He just says, like, for him, like, he would go home and sit and have like chips and salsa or chips and queso. Like, that's just what that's what he eats. And I'm like, I like to cook and I like queso and I'll try my hand at this. I haven't
from 2006 to 2008 I was addicted to smoked queso.
Yeah, so I just tried my hand
Hi,
at it.
Danley.
My name's Dan.
Yes, my name's Dan.
You taking your blue chip tonight?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's only one other person that you might know this, but Chris dipping his salsa into the queso, and it made me so angry. Have you ever seen somebody do that? Shop did it. Yes.
Oh.
He took his chip, massive scoop of salsa, and then dipped
I've
it
seen
into.
that.
I would
have
like,
slapped his hand.
I was like, "What are you doing?" I got like righteously angry with him. I was so mad. What are you doing, you idiot? Don't do that. And he put his plate on the floor in the middle of Cheddar's.
Why?
What?
Just he was
Because
done with it?
he was
He did
done with
what?
it, and it was a long table, and it was hilarious because we were having a conversation.
He's a music minister.
Yeah. Oh, it's he's a great guy, but
Is this Brett and
Fully
Meredith?
explained.
No.
No, it's not Brett and
but
Meredith.
similar though. Similar, like Chris and Brett are kind
What's up, Brett?
Hi, Brett. Yeah, but Chris is we're having
And Meredith too.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're having
both of y'all.
a straight
Hello.
conversation like this,
Yeah.
and Chris's hand's just doing this number, like reaching for it. Oh, he catches it, and
That's so
what are
awkward.
you doing?
No
I just
kidding.
wanted to clear out my space and right here, and I'm like, Chris, get that off the floor. We're in public, dude. Like, if we do that at home, that's one thing, but
Yeah.
come on, dude. It was funny. Anyway,
If I did that at home, I would get killed.
indeed, I would too. But
All 130
he was single at the
pounds of
time.
my wife would attack me.
he was single at the time.
I could
so.
probably get away with it.
Okay.
Hold on, do that. Do that.
No.
Try it.
This week,
I'll try.
for next week's episode,
Yeah.
we all have to just try it.
Just put a porn video. That's a great idea.
I love it.
We gotta just turn the camera on
This.
and then just set a plate on the floor.
See what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Okay.
See, but if I do that, like,
I'm gonna
dogs
set
would
it
go
on the
crazy.
floor.
Right.
Actually, my dogs are really awesome with that.
No,
Really awesome.
Huck has missed a meal
what?
before, so
But I'm gonna leave it in our room, and I'm gonna go to my office and work, and let her come to me and go,
what are you doing?
"Did you put a plate on the floor?" That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
So
I don't know what's gonna happen after.
I
that.
normally
I know up until that point.
I
I'm scared.
normally leave the house before Kirsten's up.
Yeah.
Just thinking that like maybe the plate that I just had my dozen eggs on should just be right in the middle of the floor whenever she gets up.
Yeah. So next week we're all gonna pull a shop.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to do the pull a shop. I'm down with that. See, this is good. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get killed.
I'm gonna have to. I don't even know how what I could do to pull this off. Because we're always just around each other.
I'm
all
gonna
the
come
time.
back next week in a cast.
What I would say is, if possible, let's get good video.
Yeah.
But
There-
before you explain it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no way we're
we
gonna get good
can't-
video if we do it and then walk out of the room.
Yeah. Or if she brings it in, you go, "It was a joke. It's just
yeah.
a shop. It's a thing." You gotta let her
Yeah,
do what she's gonna do.
Get stewed up over it a little bit.
Oh man.
Stir the pot.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought I would.
I'm
Yeah. Okay. I'm down.
And really, when this episode comes out,
It
we
won't
could
matter.
even air the
That-
response.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to edit this for a little bit.
A week. That's
That's-
how long it took the last one.
What?
We're not going to edit this like this Friday. We're not going to edit this one. We have other ones in the queue to edit, right?
He's saying by the time that we.
I know what he's saying.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, am I not?
You're peeling back the curtain an awful lot. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Feel a little exposed.
Speaking of editing, this whole little bit that it's going to be going out.
No, we keep.
I
the
mean, we
audio
don't edit
files in.
anything.
Anything. Yeah.
That's not true. We do a lot of editing.
This
Yeah.
one.
Especially recently.
Yeah.
with some of the things that have gone out over or nearly gone out over the air.
Yeah, there's been a couple things. Most of them are me. Or I call them later. I'm like, we should probably edit that part out.
I'm not sure our wives would be real appreciative of so and so. I'm like, oh well, yeah, maybe.
We are trying to.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Plate challenge. I like this. I
do too.
Challenge accepted. I'm in.
What
for
are we
this.
calling it?
I'm
The
too.
scooter? What's this guy's name?
Shop.
The shop.
The shop. His name's Shopmeyer, Chris Shopmeyer.
Oh, dude.
He was our choir director.
choir director. I mean, he's a really good friend of mine. I mean, I keep in touch with him, so he's a great guy.
I agree.
Yeah. Benjamin knows him.
Yep.
Great.
That right there. That right there's reason
that
enough.
just put me over the top. But Benjamin knows him.
I'm so happy that response is what I got. I love it. Yeah.
Who gives a crap about Benjamin? His episode's over.
Oh man, I'm so happy.
Benjamin's like,
his time in the sun is over.
Poor Benjamin.
Yeah, I text him like, hey man, thanks for coming on. He texts Danley and he's like, dude, I want to come back. Nope. I'm sure you do. I bet you had a great time on our show.
Oh, Benjamin.
Yeah, he's great.
I will be here the next time Benjamin is here. Absolutely. Like,
okay.
Because
it may be when your brother is here.
When's he coming?
I don't know, but Benjamin mentioned that he's been Eric. He's been hanging out with Eric a little bit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
he was like, we should do it and bring Eric and Hassan. And I was like, oh man,
my gosh. You want to talk about
that could be an explosive episode.
Yeah.
That's not what I was saying. We may have to edit that part out.
I'm not editing it out. I'm not editing it out at all. So
Kyle needs some more toilet paper.
That's the funniest.
I'm feeling a little out of the joke on this one.
Okay. Hold on.
I'll explain it.
Do we have to?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
All right.
I hate you.
So are we done with the things that we like?
Oh man.
No, we spent an hour and a half talking about it.
Yeah. Let's so what else do you like that we should talk about?
Oh.
How about them Cowboys?
Man.
No. The NFL in general? But okay.
Yeah. I've still not watched an entire football game.
Nope.
I did watch halftime of the Cowboys game last night because it had the Mandalorian preview, which I'm really excited about.
Get this.
Okay.
This just dawned on me. No, I'm backing up your point. No, I'm stealing your point.
Okay, great. I'm feigning interest, so go ahead.
The Mandalorian. It dawned on me. Like, I thought it ended kind of weird. The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
And as it
you
turns
thought that
out,
it ended weird.
As it turns out, for the past, I don't know when it ended. It was 6-7 months ago or so. It was a while ago.
Last year.
It was it was last year.
I never watched the finale, and I've just been hanging on my own cliffhanger. of the Mandalorian. They're all in this little building. He doesn't have the baby.
Right.
He doesn't have the package, whatever they're calling him.
The child.
Yeah.
And then Gus Fring shows up. And that's the end of the episode. And I was like, oh, that's a good villain. That's a good cliffhanger. No, there was another episode.
There is.
And so we watched it last week.
Yeah.
This last weekend.
So what do you think about the Darksaber?
Very cool.
Do you have any idea what it is?
No. I assumed it was. He's not a Force sensitive, right? So I assumed that he found some Jedi logs and figured out how to. No, Kyber crystal.
It is the one and only lightsaber from the only ever found Mandalorian who was Force sensitive.
Ooh, that's cool.
And the one who has the Darksaber rules Mandalore.
Interesting.
Yep.
I didn't even know that because I don't really believe the Mandalorian's Star Wars, but
that you don't think it's canon?
No, well they're adding their own canon. They're generating, and that's fine. I'm already mad at George Lucas for selling out to Disney anyway, so whatever. But I mean, okay.
Boy, I'm not.
I mean, hey, I'm happy that they've got something, but it's just like Lucas had always said, you will never see 7, 8, and 9. And then, so what did I do? I went out and bought the box set for 1 through 6, thinking, oh, I've got them all. And then Disney goes, joke's on you.
Well, he had already had 7 in production.
No, he told
I do
the
remember.
world.
Oh yeah,
I do remember that.
He did told the world that. He
He's-
also
no.
told the world that there's no reason that anybody who goes back and re-edits a movie after it's already been done
Yeah.
should be criminalized
Yeah,
because they're changing art.
And he's a
And
Muppet.
what did he do?
Literally now, thank you. But
no,
no,
that's
just
that's an insult to the Muppets, and the Muppets are great.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I love the Muppets.
Dude, the Muppets are fantastic.
Kirsten hates the Muppets.
No, are you kidding? Why?
I remember she said that.
She's just not she's like, I don't get it. I'm like, what do you not get about it? They're great.
She didn't grow up with them like we did. The
We
Muppet
watched
movie,
the Muppet Christmas
Take
Carol.
Manhattan.
The Muppet Christmas Carol is a
Muppet
Christmas
Treasure
staple.
Island?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
I
Gosh.
agree. I think my favorite of all time is probably the Muppet Christmas
Yes.
Carol.
Yeah.
You mean you could fit through that the whole time?
Yeah, Treasure Island
What
is
an
great.
idiot.
The Great Muppet Caper is great.
Takes Manhattan was
Yes.
my go-to because we had
Yeah.
taped it from HBO. And so we could just watch it whenever we wanted. It was like the greatest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Mhm.
So we had it on all the time whenever I was growing
That's
up.
awesome.
It was weird when
Together again. Bow, bow. Love it.
my favorite
Rizzo!
probably
Rizzo!
probably my favorite moment of all with the Muppets is Steve Martin as the waiter in the Muppet movie,
Yeah.
where he brings like the cheapest wine at Kermit's request.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
says, "Oh, there's something like that."
Hi ho there,
And he opens it.
here.
And he says, "Would you like me to taste it?" And he says, "No, you may pour it for us." Oh, may I? just pure Steve Martin.
Yes.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is.
I took his master class on comedy, and it's, as you would expect, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
The guy's phenomenally funny, but
He's
even
none
like
of this earth in
the
terms
way
of
that he
comedy, just like Bill
describes-
Murray and
Yeah, the way he describes doing comedy is so phenomenal, and tricking the audience, doing things that they don't expect you to do, and then making sure that they're always on their toes, and it's just great.
It would have
Us
been better.
too.
It would have been better if you did it in
or
the
if
mic,
I
but,
was
you know.
facing the right camera.
Oh my gosh.
Danley just jumped. Well, you'll see it on the video.
Yeah.
Danley jumped to spook the center camera away from the mic.
Away from the mic
Yeah.
and and at the center camera, not his.
Yeah.
The one that can't see me.
Well, I realized this whole time I've had this thing. We really need to move this because it's like pretty much
Yeah,
right.
probably.
I'm not in that camera at all.
I think you're in that camera enough.
Well, thanks. Appreciate you.
You're in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't got nothing else.
I'm good.
Yeah, I know.
This was good.
Yeah. We have seen your great big bag full of nothing.
I've got some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Next week.
I have some magic mushrooms in there.
Okay.
No, I really do magic mushrooms.
Oh.
give me this. Majestic mushrooms.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
Pretty significant
No,
difference.
it's got lion mane mushroom and some other really good stuff. Reishi mushrooms.
Turkey
It's
tail.
supposed to be a nootropic, which is something we talked about.
Tell me what that word means again.
Guys,
Guys, that's it.
It's
Well,
a mind-
thanks
it's a-
for watching the Reverend and the Reprobate this week. Well, see you later.
Goodbye.
Bam, 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 bam.